Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Bavery here with Just My Opinion Reviews. And guys, I am finally caught up. We are here for a new season. This is from season 4, episode 1, titled The Arrival, which throws the town into chaos following a new disruptive arrival. Boy struggles with the implications of Smiley's return, while Jade and Tabitha grapple with revelations from the bottle tree. The episode features a car crash involving newcomers Sophia and her father, to injuries and immediate tension. So guys, if you did not know, I am new to From. I just started watching the show maybe a month ago. I reacted to the first 3 episodes of season 1, found out that season 4 was coming out, so I waited a year, and then I have been binging and uploading reactions to my channel every day since then. And so just to remind you, if you look at my channel right here, here it is, Just My Opinion Reviews. As you see right there on the screen, we have from season 1, my reaction to every episode from season 2, and also from season 3, and I got my 2 trailer reaction for from season 4. During this season, I am going to be having my reactions and breakdowns that you see right here. So if you are a fan of From, if you're loving the show, whether you're new, you're old, or you're an OG, please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to E-Man's channel. Please subscribe to everybody, because we're about to have a lot of fun. And of course, it was announced that season 5 is coming as well, and I'm gonna be getting into the nitty-gritty with that too. This video will contain spoilers, okay? This is your warning. If you have not seen the episode and you don't want to be spoiled, I strongly suggest you turn this video off now, go watch the episode, then come back for all of this spoilery goodness. And also, go check out my reaction for season 3, episode 10, where a certain character died, maybe, hopefully he comes back, Jim. I was pretty pissed off about it. I was very, very hurt because Jim was one of my favorite characters. I won't show you my reaction right now, but I do have a link to that in the pinned comments and the description box of this video. I reacted pretty tough. It was very, very hard for me. So go check that out at your own leisure when this is over. So the first thing that I love about this show is, or this particular episode is, it picks up literally where season 3, episode 10 leaves off. Jim is consoling with his daughter, Julie, and she's screaming her eyes out, just like, oh my gosh, Dad, we got to get back to town. I have to change the story. And she has a cut on her face, and we don't know where that's from. And then the man in the yellow suit, AKA Satan, comes out of nowhere with this super duper old man strength, and Jim, like a dumbass, doesn't want to run. He does not want to listen to his daughter. He wants to pick up a stick and die, and that does not make sense to me. Now, what I want to focus on is Julie's words. She says, Dad, I have to try to change the story. And so this is a Julie from somewhere in the future. This is not the present day Julie, but unfortunately, she is not able to change the story. The man in the yellow suit hems Jim up to the trailer, rips out his throat, and then we see Jim die and Julie screams her eyes out. Now, the old man in the yellow suit proceeds to say, hey, where did you come from this time? Don't you know that you can't change the story once it's already been told? I think that he's lying. I think that he is telling a farce. I really do feel like Julie can change the story. And the reason why I feel that way is in season 1 or 2, when Boyd went through the nowhere tree, and he ended up in the chimney that's underground where he was completely surrounded, Julie was up in the ruins and threw the rope down to him. So in my opinion, that tells me that she can interact with the story and change it to some form or some capacity. Now, I did have a brief discussion with E-Man about this. He was like, no, B, she can't change the story. There was some time loop paradox that was created, and she just can't change the story. And I disagree, because I feel that either the man in yellow is lying to Julie because he doesn't want anybody to win because he's a cheater, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the episode, but also because what is the point of having the ability of writing that in the show if she can't do anything about it? Like, why would they put that in the show? Some could just say for dramatic effect or drama, but I think it's a little bit more than that. Now, Ethan, the little brother of Julie, he's the one that's been having all the research and the data and the knowledge of what this paradox that they're in, this hell on earth. And I forgot the word that he used that starts with the C to describe this whole situation. But for the most part, Ethan has not been wrong since the very beginning of the show. And I think that not necessarily that Ethan is wrong in his assessment, but he just may not be aware of all the ins and outs, all the do's and don'ts, what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do in this hellhole that these characters that we love are living in. So Julie may not have it figured out right now, but I think that she can change the story. I think that at some point in season 4 or maybe in season 5, she will figure it out in some type of way to come back and save her dad, Jim. But if she can't, my gosh, that would just be a tragic heartbreak to my soul, because I really do want Jim to live. I wanted Tien Chen to live too. I can't have all my favorite characters dying. I really don't want Boyd or Kenny to die, but Jim, he has to come back. He has to be able to be the rock for his family. Jim can't die. I'm really hoping that he comes back in some form or capacity. And now we gotta talk about Fatima. Poor Fatima. And even more than that, poor Tilly. Will she receive some justice? When I reacted to her killing Tilly in season 3, episode 7, I was pissed off. I knew that she was going through some things, but at the same time, I did not know, and none of us knew, that she was growing the demon baby Smiley in her stomach. Yeah, everybody thought she was crazy because when Christy was doing the ultrasound, there was no image there, but Fatima swore up and down that she had something growing inside of her, and we found out, yes, that is Smiley. And my goodness gracious, Kenny thought Boyd was crazy too, but I am so glad that he went down those stairs and he was able to bear witness with his eyes to see that that was actually Smiley. Because Boyd trying to come back and explain that to everybody, as he did in the attic where we had Christy in there, Donna, Ellis, her husband, and Fatima, because of course she wanted to know what came out of her. If he tried to explain it, they didn't want to believe him, and they barely did believe him. And he said in that scene, like, look, if Kenny wasn't there to verify this, you know, you guys will have a hard time believing me. Now, this wasn't revealed in this first episode of season 4, but I can't wait for Kenny to come back and exchange notes as well, but he's over there trying to take care of Miss Sophia, the new character, and we're gonna talk about her in just a second. But I really do feel sorry for Fatima, because she wanted to give the middle finger to everybody, like, see, I told y'all I was right, but y'all did not believe me. Y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all thought I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But not only did I have a baby growing inside of me and I was eating nasty, rotten vegetables, but it was not just a demon that we already killed in season 1. So I don't want to hear this crap. Get out of my face. I want to go take a shower. I was sad to see that nobody apologized to her in that scene. Nobody was like, hey, I'm sorry. I apologize. You was right. I was wrong. Come here, baby. Let me give you a hug. I was screaming, and I wasn't screaming, but I was thinking, when my reaction, when you go watch that, I was telling Ellis, like, man, you need to go hug your wife right now, because she's going through it. I mean, pregnancy is already, I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but it can also be very tragic and painful. But my God, to have a demon come out of you that grows from a sack to a full-grown human in just a matter of seconds, that's just wild right there, man. Like, I wouldn't be able to take it. Shout out to Fatima, she's strong. I also want to ask you guys this. Is she justified in killing Tilly? Okay, can we forgive her? Because in season 3, episode 7, I was like, man, we need to put her in a box. She needs to have a battle royale with Sarah and have them claw each other's eyes out, because I don't like either one of those characters. They cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But is this a valid excuse to give her a pass that she killed Tilly? And we don't even know if that's gonna come to fruition, or we don't even know if people are gonna find out that she killed Tilly. Does it even matter right now? I don't like to excuse murders, whether it's an accident on purpose, but I think we should be able to give her some grace right here. You guys let me know what you think down in that comment section. But now I really do feel sorry for Boyd, man, because he's losing it. He's telling Kenny, like, man, there is no way that we can win, okay? Like, we've had one victory and it really didn't do anything. I am tired of sacrificing people that I love and resources, and it's going nowhere. We're taking one step forward and 17 steps back. And he proceeds to go into the floor and pull out all those bullets. I was laughing at Kenny kind of, because he was like, Boyd, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing, Boyd? What are you doing? He was like, look, man, we can either be tortured for the rest of our lives, or we can all try to kill ourselves. Now, I am not one that agrees with suicide. I think you should always work it out. But they are literally living on hell on earth with no escape. I mean, there's just no way that I can get out of here. And we know this because Victor has been there his whole life. He has been there since he was a little boy. over 40 years. And also, we found out last season that when you make it out, no, at the end of season 2, when you make it out like Tabitha did, that you can end up right back in that position. So again, I say to myself, I normally don't agree with suicide, but in this case, where there's no way out, do you think that suicide could possibly be the best option? I still want them to fight and try to figure this out, but at the same time, I cannot get mad at Boyd for feeling this way, because this is just a horrible, horrible tragedy. Now we gotta go to the colony house right here with Elgin punk ass that is in the bed with his eye gouged out with a screwdriver from Sarah. Now, Sarah is the real MVP for this because we needed to get that information out. I was really pissed off at Elgin for listening to the kimono lady, but Sarah, my gosh, she is completely broken. And I like in the past season, she was telling Boy like, hey boy, I can't let you go down this path of darkness. I'm already lost. So let me grab this screwdriver right here and jam it in his eye. And she got the job done to go and get the people to save Fatima. But man, when they showed that image, and great job to the makeup department for showing Elgin's eye just blown out of his socket. Oh, that was just so disgusting. It was so cringe. But Christy came through, the doctor that she is. She was able to put that little ointment on there, that hydrogen peroxide. Need to get some aloe vera and just slap it up on there and wrap it up like that. I'm playing, but I'm kidding, but I'm kidding, but I'm playing. But man, that was tragic right there. Elgin is going to be thinking twice before he acts upon the kimono lady again. And I'm pretty sure they got a whole backstory with her as well. And also, I missed a part too. When I felt sorry for Fatima as she was venting, like, I don't know what I saw. These people, these monsters, they said that they sacrificed their children so that they can live forever. Why would you want to live forever in the first place unless I misinterpreted something? Y'all let me know down in the comment section. I don't want to live forever. You know, like, I mean, I don't. I want to live past my kids and they bury me, but maybe I misinterpreted something. Y'all can let me know in the comment section. Also, I mean, this episode is just so good. Going back to the man in yellow, Satan himself, as he was talking shit to Jim as he was dying, he was like, oh yes, this is my favorite part. You know why? Because they tear each other apart. And that's just tragic. Or maybe he said that at the end of the episode because they were jumping around. But as we see in the trailer, we have a new 2 characters coming. We have a pastor and who we think is his daughter, Sophia. Man, they really had me convinced at the beginning of this episode that this is some sweet, innocent little girl that just loves her dad, and she's a holy roller, and there's nothing wrong with that. And she reads the Bible, and the car crashed, and she was nearly decapitated. Now, initially, I was just like, girl, if you don't shut the hell up and stop screaming, ah, ah, ah. But at the same time, I'll probably be screaming like that too if I crash into a building, I can't get out, and there's blades and debris cutting my neck right here, and my dad to my left of me is passed out. You know, I would be freaking out too, so I don't want to judge her like that. But, I mean, she did seem nice. Her father, the pastor, is knocked out cold. He's having seizures in the car. That's at least what she told Mario and Boyd and Kenny and Christy and everybody else that helped her into the clinic. I really did trust Sophia, but, you know, unfortunately, she can't be trusted. But yeah, I really did trust Sophia, and at this time, I was thinking that she was going to be another adversary that we can come to love in this show. Now, one of my criticisms of From, and this is really my only criticism, is they would be much further along as far as the characters are concerned in their development and getting out of this hellhole if they compare notes. They never compare notes. They probably have done that twice. People are keeping secrets, and that is just a giant mistake in my opinion. They need to be having these meetings at least once a week, at least. Everybody talking about what they saw, what they witnessed, what they've been through, their life experiences before they got in this hellhole and everything they experienced in it. Because when you put all these pieces together, you can figure things out. Now, unfortunately, we found out from Satan, the man in yellow, that knowledge does come with the cost. But at the same time, I mean, what are you going to do? Just stay here forever like Victor and rot? And my goodness, great. And also about Victor, he needs all the hugs. I already try not to judge people the best that I possibly can. But getting to know Victor in this show is like, I want to take that and amplify times 10 because you just don't know what people are going through and what they've been through in the past. Season 1, episode 1 or 2, I thought he was the weirdest thing on earth as he was kind of harassing Judy like, hey, I'm trying to get the peaches. I'm trying to get the peaches. But I mean, he has no social skills, and rightfully so. I mean, I understand. I mean, since a child, he saw nothing but death, torment, and torture, and to the highest degree. So I just don't blame him for the way he is. But, you know, shout out to Victor. He is, of course, one of my favorite characters as well. Now, how y'all feeling about Acosta She is really getting on my nerve. I was laughing when she held up the gun when Donna came in to try to treat Elgin. It didn't have no bullets in there. Donna's like, man, put that down. She was like, for Christ's sakes, everybody know they ain't got no bullets in there. Get out of here. She's like, okay, fine, stay. I was kind of laughing at her, but at the same time, she has not asked enough questions for me. She's trying to check Boyd in front of the colony house when he's trying to explain, like, hey, it's not what you think. She's like, oh, you think you're some type of hero? You think you're some type of martyr? You're a monster. Won't you just be quiet and save judgment until you know the whole situation, until you know what's going on, until you ask more questions? People may say that Boyd is broken and he's falling down a dark path that he cannot return from. But I think that all of his actions are justified. This man is doing the best that he possibly can with the little resources that he has. He would be doing a much better job than I would. I would have started cussing people out a long time ago. Like, man, shut the F up, get out of my face. But Boyd, and Boyd has done that a few times, but he's been reserved for the most part. But I like Acosta to a degree, but at the same time, she gets on my dang nerve and she needs to be quiet. Now, my bad. Earlier, I was talking about my criticism and the characters not comparing notes. And should we give Tabitha some grace? We got the revelation at the very end of season 3, episode 10, that Jade was Christopher and Tabitha was Miranda, and that they are reincarnated, and that they have been coming back to this place for decades after decades after decades, century after century, and it's just a never-ending cycle. That can throw your mind for a loop. And those dreams that she was having of a little girl, that was probably her. And I want to say to myself, okay, y'all need to communicate. You need to tell at least your family, Julie and Ethan, what's going on. But does she deserve a break? Does she deserve time to soak all of this in? Jade approached her before it was nighttime, like, hey, Tabitha, we need to talk. We need to have a conversation and work through this. And she didn't want to. So I can understand how mentally daunting that can be. And this is only the first episode of season 4, but eventually she does need to have a meeting with somebody, at least tell Boyd, Kenny, and Donna, or at least have a conversation with your family and or Jade about how y'all are gonna work through this, because this is very, very important. Okay, you can't just keep this information to yourself. Jade gets on my nerve. He's rude as hell. He always is barging in to people's houses, but at the same time, I do like the fact that he's always trying to figure out the puzzle. He's the one that got all the instruments, notes out of the bottles that was in the bottle tree. And it seemed like he's humbled himself quite a bit from the time that we first met him. So should Tabitha go ahead and communicate that she was Miranda and that Jade was Christopher? Also have that conversation with Victor as well, since he was trying to get Jasper to talk to him. I think that's a conversation that they do need to have. Now, another thing with the man in the yellow suit, Satan himself, he's wandering through the woods and he pulls out a suitcase and it has some clothes in it. At the time, we don't know exactly what that is, but he's as happy as he can be. Screw him. I hope he burns in hell someday. And I'm also curious that when Tabitha got back to Ethan and Julie, of course, that is present day Julie. That is not the Julie from the future that tried to come back and change the story, save her dad, Jim. So I'm really curious to know, really curious to learn how she found out that her dad died in the first place, and also how she learned the ability of going back as a story walker in the first place. Again, I think that she can eventually change the story. I think the man in yellow suit is lying, because they just wouldn't give us that ability, that power, that resource for nothing. I mean, that's just extra torture. But I mean, that's what the show is about as well. So, you know, we're just gonna have to see. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. And please subscribe if you are enjoying my recap. I would appreciate that too. Now, also, what do y'all think is going on with Acosta? Because they wouldn't have this scene in the episode for no reason, to where she went into the diner by herself. She was crashing out to a degree. The music box turned on, and then she went into the kitchen, pacing back and forth. And then she found some type of green apron on the ground and was huffing and puffing. What do y'all think that's about? I'm pretty sure that she's gonna have more development in this season. Is she gonna be a character that we love, that helps the group out a lot, or somebody annoying that we hate and actually want to be eaten by the monsters? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Now, I did forget to mention this, and this was actually kind of funny to me in the episode. When Boyd was explaining to the group when Fatima was in bed about what he saw down in the cavern or the cave down those steps. There was a loud ruckus outside, like rum, rum, rum. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Just more drama? Donna goes out there and it's Victor making all that noise with the bed. She's like, Victor, what are you doing? Oh, I'm moving the bed into my room. I can see that, but why? Oh, me and my dad are gonna be roommates. She's like, okay, all right, let me get back to it. I don't know. That was just a good way to cut the tension without ruining the mood. And I laughed out loud for that. You know, let me know if that made you chuckle too. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw this, I was convinced, but it was a little weird for me. And this should be a clue. Kenny, he needs to be the one to save the day and definitely be comparing notes. And what I'm talking about specifically is his conversation with Sophia, who we're going to be talking about a little bit later in detail. It was just weird. I hope that he catches it because she's playing somebody that's just so innocent. She's praying like, oh my gosh, you know, I hope we get out of this situation. God save the day. You know, hey, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer as well. But for her to accept the fact that she is living in a hellhole with no escape, and she has no questions, no pushback, no fighting, no get the hell out of my way, I want to go outside anyway, and just believes it, that should be a red flag for Kenny. Now, at the same time, in his defense, he has no reason to believe that she would be a dark demon Satan anyway. But at the same time, I do hope that he peeps game. Because, I mean, just think about that. She asked for a cell phone, which makes sense. Hey, I left my phone in the car. I need to call my mom and let her know that we're okay. That's where Marianne leaves. Hey, we just need to have a talk. There's no cell phone service in here. Oh, I can go down the street, or I can go, oh, actually, there's no cell phone service in this whole area. And then you can't go outside because there's monsters that's gonna get you. And this totem right here is the way that we keep the monsters out. Now, when Marielle first arrived to this hellhole, she called out Christy briefly, like, you've been staying here all this time where you were just 2 hours away in this cult. And if Sophia is a true believer anyway, we know that she would believe in cults or groups like that. But she was just too accepting, like, oh, there's monsters, and okay, cool, is this how it works? All right, well, I guess I'm gonna stay inside. That's a bunch of BS right there. No human being in the right or wrong mind would just be that accepting of it and ask no questions whatsoever. She sold it well, like, well, yes, I believe in monsters, and that's why God is here and he can save the day. But at the same time, you really have to suspend your disbelief to believe her. But at the same time, we got to give Kenny some credit because at this time, he has no reason to believe that she would just be that evil and dark. But we're gonna talk about that in a second. And it was a really nice line that she put that was convincing. Like, Kenny's like, hey, you know, I don't really want to pray. I'm not that religious. And she's like, it's okay, because God still listens. And that's true. And I was like, damn, she good. But at the same time, at this point, I believed her because I didn't know how the episode ended. Now, again, I felt sorry for Boyd when he was crashing out with Kenny at the very beginning, pulling out the bullets. And I also felt sorry for Boyd again when he had a crash out in Fatima and Ellis's bedroom where Donna was telling him, you know, hey, everybody wants to know what's going on, what you found down there. You know, you need to spill the tea. And he's like, oh, on top of all of this BS and Fatima giving birth to demon smiley babies, we have another group of people in town that just arrived and her father is knocked unconscious, and we have to let her know that the life that she lived is over. I can't do it. And Christy kind of was right too by checking him, just like, hey, we can't give up. But when Ellis and Boyd was having a conversation, he was like, man, we can't keep losing. Everybody's depending on me and I don't know what to do and how are we going to get out of this? And he was like, your mom? I was like, God, dog, get her up here and know you can act your butt off, man. I want to see you as #1 in the call list in the A blockbuster movie. You're doing such a great job. Keep doing what you're doing in front. But man, you have come a long way, sir, from 1999. The best man. And you was great in that too. But I really felt sorry for Boyd, man. I really did. And the growth that we've had between Ellis and Boyd in the season, because Ellis was pissed off at him in season 1 because he felt that his mother dying, Abby, was his fault, his responsibility. And he's justified in being pissed off, but I'm glad that they were able to put that behind them and they have a better relationship right now. What do you guys think? Guys, and then to add more insults to injury, we already can't go outside at nighttime because the monsters will eat you. And then sometimes in the daytime, when you're outside, not everybody, but you see ghosts and you see people that really aren't there. You see the Remember Kids, the Amakui, or whatever that word is, they haunting you as well. But now we have Julie, Ethan, and Tabitha in their house, and we have ghosts that are wasting their beanie weenies on the ground, slamming, opening cabinets and stuff like that. What's going on? So you got monsters in outside, and then you got ghosts inside slamming cabinets. That's just not fair. But then we get to the ultimate FU at the end of the episode where everything is revealed. Sophia takes off her glasses, goes to her fake father with these demon and dark eyes, talking shit, talking about, yes, you're a very important piece to this puzzle. I know I had to use you and this is not fair. And you're probably wondering what the hell is going on, but I could not come to them as I were with the knowledge that they just found out. And then it cuts to the scene to where it shows her infiltrating the pastor's car, hypnotizing him, and then the old man in yellow shape-shifting to Sophia himself or herself. Oh my God. I was pissed off. Cheating. It's just not fair. It's not fair. There are obstacles all around the corner. Like I said, you can't go outside at nighttime because the monsters will get you. You can't chill in your living room at night because you have ghosts slamming cabinets. Even in the daytime, people are having all types of visions. Randall still has cicadas roaming around in his head. I mean, remember he tried to give himself a blast to the head last season to kill himself, but now the demon in yellow suit, the old man, is shape-shifting and able to infiltrate them and pretend like he is Sophia. I mean, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, and I was pissed off about it. I mean, it was good and it was entertaining, but I'm like, wow. Some people cannot just get through life sticking to the rules and not cheating. I mean, this whole thing that they're in is bad enough, but this revelation right here, I was just like, hell no, man. Like, what is going on? Like, how can these characters I love get out of this mess when you have this man in yellow, the Demon King, that ripped out the throat of Jim, is a shapeshifter and turned into Sophia? Again, I hope he makes mistakes with his language, with his verbiage, with his vernacular, with his commentary, with his words, and they are able to figure it out. But right now, Kenny has the most clues. He's asleep right now. And maybe since Sophia killed the pastor, Marielle and Christy can kind of come through and make sense that the way he died really didn't make any sense. And also we have to see in episode 2 how Sophia reacts to her father dying anyway, because she may not be able to react that well. And like, wait a minute, your father just died and you're just gonna shrug your shoulders. We don't see that, but she could act pretty well too, because you know, she was playing it pretty well in the car crash, screaming and hollering and all that stuff. But we're just going to have to see. But man, the man in yellow is Sophia, and he's a cheater, pumpkin eater. And I hope that he reaches his demise, because I just can't stand a cheater. And this show is good, y'all. This is good. And then Sophia proceeds to say yes, because this is my favorite part, because they tear each other apart. You are evil. Like, this is just insane. And she enjoyed killing this man. Now, we didn't necessarily see him die. Hopefully he gets some man strength and punches her in the face and rolls off, help, help. That's probably not going to happen. Maybe somebody sees, Kenny wakes up and sees it out the corner of her eye. I doubt that too. But I can't wait to see what happens next. But that's the episode right there, man. This is crazy. I did not expect that. I did not expect Ghost to be slamming cabinets back and forth. I did not expect the old man in yellow to be Sophia. That's just crazy, man. Cheating ass shapeshifter. But guys, that is the episode. That is season 4, episode 1, The Arrival. The arrival means that Sophia and the pastor arrive. Tell me what you thought about the episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere in between? Did you like my commentary? Let me know why. All that good stuff. Check out my other reactions for season 1, 2, and 3. Again, it is right here on my channel, on my homepage. Every episode of the whole show I just reacted to. And so, yes, we're going to have a lot of fun. At the time of this recording, I only have up to season 3, episode 7 uploaded. But by the time you see this video, everything will be uploaded. And again, I will be doing reactions and breakdowns like this for all 10 episodes and season 5 when that drops in 2027. And also, guys, I reacted to the Street Fighter trailer. I also do cover Invincible. I did 1 episode of Euphoria season 3. And also the last movie I reviewed was You, Me, and Tuscany. That was pretty good as well. And I'm pretty sure y'all are going to be checking out E-Man. I'm going to be checking out his breakdown of this as well. And it just depends on if this video performs well in my reaction. I may be doing lives as well for this show from season 4. And if you guys want to interact with me live, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section your most shocking part, revelation. Let me know in the comment section your favorite character. Let me know if you think that Julie can actually change the story. I think she can. Or is Jim really dead? Share the video, thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But guys, that's it. And I'll see y'all episode 2. But before you go, don't forget that I'm Bavery. That's just my opinion. Peace. And I'll see you next time.